Double, double, toil in trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble. We're casting a spell for a most special reason. It's Halloween on Let's Scream. Time for spooky season.
We need more things to put the spell into motion. A few special ingredients to finish the potion.
An old vampire's fangs, a toe from the undead, an opera ghost's mask, a possessed girl's spinning head.
The knife of a killer, who's known as the Shape, will finish the spell and seal everyone's fate. So prepare thyselves for a month full of fright. Grab a hold of your broomsticks. It's time to take flight. Wait, sister. Did you forget the Eye of Newt?
Oh shit, I totally forgot the Eye of Newt. What do we do?
It shouldn't be a big deal.
I think it's fine.
Come on, girl, let's scream.
I am a god.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. This is the part where you run.
Come on, scream.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Scream, a podcast where we dive into our favorite horror movies. I'm Parker.
And I'm Stevie.
And today we're looking at 1968's Night of the Living Dead, directed by George A. Romero.
Join us as we journey to the old abandoned farmhouse and learn all about zombies.
Oh, zombie boy, put your paws all over me, you zombie boy.
Zombie.
Zombie, zombie. Girl, you ready to scream?
Come on, girl.
Let's scream. Okay, so we are looking at the original Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
The original zombie
I just want to
movie.
say, because it's like Halloween, I was very Christian Girl Autumn today. I went to an apple orchard.
Oh, yes. That sounds so nice.
So we got some apples.
Ooh, okay.
But we did not pick them from the trees. They were already in the little store that was right by it.
You just wanted to throw that in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spooky season.
What did that? The fuck did that do?
It's just happy spooky season,
Happy
everyone.
spooky season.
What did you do that was spooky? Did you do anything spooky? Maybe I want to talk about something a little bit.
Okay, sure. No, that's fine. I watched this movie. That was spooky, right? Night of the Living Dead. Okay, so this movie is a very important film, and I put together a little testimony. You know how I like to do this for our bigger films. So, without further ado, let me get into sort of the backstory.
This is our first George A. Romero.
It is? Yeah, well, it's our first zombie movie,
Yeah.
period. 'Cause most of the time, if it's going to be a zombie movie, it's going to be a Romero movie.
Yeah.
This film started off as an idea that a small production company from Pittsburgh had. So it's an independent movie. And this company normally just did commercials, or they worked on Mr. Rogers. Because that...
Amazing.
I mean, come on.
Resume.
I love Mr. Rogers.
Hired.
Right? Hired, bitch, right? They just decided, like, why not we try and make a movie? And they tried and get it financed. It has a very small budget of $100,000, which is, like, nothing.
And it shows.
And it definitely shows.
But it's great.
But I think I'm glad it does. And we'll get to that.
Yes.
Yeah. So they decided to make this full-length motion picture on basically nothing. They rented an old farmhouse to film in that was gonna get demolished.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they could only film on the weekends. Like, it was only available to film on the weekends. So this production was stretched out super long, and it took them almost a year because they just had to keep driving to the fucking farmhouse to keep filming every weekend.
And set everything up.
And set it all up. And it almost didn't get, like, financed. Like, they had to keep showing little clips of it as they went to these investors, and were finally able to, like, scrap up the very small amount of money they needed. But and they used cheap black and white film, which is why, even though it's 1968,
and there was, like, the reason they did it is because they could have done color, but George A. Romero thought the blood looked more realistic in black and white.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, and I think
It definitely does, because like the technology was just like wasn't there to make blood super realistic in color yet.
Well, I think that the black and white makes this feel like an old B movie from like the 50s. Like, I'm thinking like The Tingler, you know, those kind of Vincent Price shit. Yeah. And I think that's what makes this movie so effective, is that this movie isn't schlocky. It isn't campy. It's very bleak. It's very serious. And we'll get into that more as we go, obviously. Yeah. But I think that's what makes it kind of like flips it on its head. And you're not expecting it to be like that. Yeah. But it works. Almost all of the cast are producers on the film, which I think is so funny.
That's awesome.
They couldn't find actors, or like, you know, couldn't pay actors. So if you were financing this film, guess what, bitch? You're in the film.
Hey, you get to join.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're in it.
Hilarious. And the couple, the older couple, married couple, they are real life husband and wife, and the daughter Karen is their real life daughter.
Love it.
Isn't that great?
Love it.
All of the zombies are also like crew members or producers.
Yes.
Just dressed up.
Love that. I did not know that.
And the actress who plays Helen, the wife.
Yes.
She plays a zombie at one point. She's the one who eats a bug. Period.
Oh, so she's got the range.
They said, you're doubling up, girl. Put on a wig.
We need someone.
Put the wig on.
You're here. Go.
Yeah, go be a zombie. Go eat a bug, bitch. One of the few actors who actually auditioned and wasn't just a producer was the star Dwayne Jones, who was cast as Ben. He was originally written in the script as a white truck driver, but Jones was cast just because he had the best audition.
Yeah.
And he kind of retooled the character when he was brought on. And I love the character of Ben.
Yes.
One of my absolute
he's the best part.
Heroes in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, one of the best main characters we've ever gotten in horror. And a lot of the dialogue and character work are a result of actor improv, as there apparently was not a working script ever for this. And a lot of it was just made up as you go.
I will say that shows a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah.
See, I thought I was surprised to read that, because I feel like the script is really tight, and like I wouldn't have guessed that it was all like written on the fly, because I think it's great script. When the movie premiered, it was panned. It was incredibly hated. It was a huge flop because it was released merely a few months before the MPAA rating system came out, and the way it was advertised, it kind of seemed like a schlocky horror B movie. And so families were going to see it, and they were not expecting it to be such a bleak, violent, gory film that was very nihilistic and sad and somber. And so it just really upset a lot of the people who came to see it, especially all the young kids. So it eventually became a cult classic, is what ended up happening with it. Because due to this, we talked about this a little last week, because the same thing happened with Phantom of the Opera, the silent film that we covered last week. Due to a filing error with copyright, it was pretty much almost immediately put in the public domain.
Yeah.
So it gained...
Because it had something to do with the name?
Yes, it was originally supposed to be called Night of the Flesh Eaters, but the company that ended up deciding to take it on and release it had already had a movie called Flesh Eaters or something very similar. They changed it to Night of the Living Dead, and then when they put it in the movie, you know, they changed the title card. They didn't put the copyright symbol or the trademark symbol, which is how you're supposed to indicate copyright. And so because of that little slip up, this was public domain. And so they didn't receive a lot of the money. The people who worked on it did not receive a lot of the profit off the film, which sucks.
Yeah.
Which is awful. But I do think that helped this movie gain a wider audience, because people started putting it in their movies all the time. Anytime that a character in a horror movie is watching a scary movie on TV, or not even a horror movie, but in any movie, like any kid's movie or anything, and you need your character to be watching a scary movie, it's most likely going to be Night of the Living Dead. And it's always that scene, they're coming to get you, Barbara. Like, that is always the scene that plays, because it's just very, like, kind of schlocky. That's, like, the campy part of the movie, right?
Oh, there's camp moments in it.
Definitely,
like,
yeah.
Even though it's very serious, there are some camp moments in it.
But I think that's why this became such a cult classic. And film historians have reevaluated its legacy. And they cite this as the beginning of the zombie movie craze. And they cite George Romero as the godfather of
The modern
zombies.
zombie. Because a lot of zombies used to be only done with, like, their association was always with voodoo. Prior to this. It was never, like, a body just being reanimated.
And they never wanted to, like, eat your flesh.
Yeah.
That comes from this movie.
Yes.
And it's kind of a twist in this movie, like the way they present it. It's like, oh my God, and they're eating people. Like, it's an extra little thing that people didn't know.
They're not just killing, they're eating.
Right, exactly. So that was new. And then George Romero went on to become a household name. He went on to direct a whole string of zombie movies. He's still making zombie movies to this day.
And he was originally asked to do the Resident Evil movies. The original ones. They weren't going to be action. He wanted it to be more horror. There's like a whole documentary on it.
I mean, I can't think of a better person to
and they
direct
just,
Resident
but like,
Evil.
they didn't like that it was going to be too scary and too graphic, and they were afraid it was going to scare away younger audiences. They still ended up being rated R.
Well, what the fuck?
So it's like, they should have just been...
They should have just had Romero do it. Like,
exactly.
He's the master of zombies.
And they would have been completely different. Because you haven't seen them, but you've seen like me watch like parts of them, and they're like, they're action.
I walked in on you watching a part of it, and I was like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen,
Oh,
and the worst CGI I've ever seen."
They're horrible, but I like love. They're like fun, horrible watches for me, but they're not like the Silent Hill movies, which I think are just horrible.
Oh yeah,
I
I
think
forgot they even made those.
They are just horrible.
Is Silent Hill zombies?
No.
What is Silent Hill?
It's like...
I know it's like foggy. Whatever the town they're in.
And there's like a other world or like a dream world, but like stuff can still happen to you in it. And it's like more just like monsters that are like apparitions of like...
Oh, okay. It always looked like zombies to me. There's that one meme of the girl who wears the hot pink little mini skirt and she keeps getting hit, but she keeps like strutting.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like not gonna let the zombies like bother her. Yeah, Maria. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, George Romero became a household name. Day of the Dead is a huge movie. Diary of the Dead, like all of those kind of movies he went on to do, and he's widely associated with zombie movies to this day. The movie does have a plethora of strong themes as well, including the evils of capitalism and a critique on the violence seen during the Vietnam War, because that was what was going on at this time. And I think that, I don't know, it feels like a critique on war, a critique on the country. Yeah, I definitely can see that.
Mindless killing.
Because
imagine what I mean, like, for the people of Vietnam, what it was like just for people to just come in and just mindlessly be killing and burning shit.
Yeah,
like, it was...
It definitely,
I mean, any war, truly,
and I think
it's just
that's
like,
what Romero's intention was. And so I think that's definitely the easiest theme to pick out here. But then also racism and racial tension.
Which was originally not even intentional. But then it just like really worked with the script. Well, like not script, but the outline
it works with what they were trying to do so perfectly, and it elevates it. And Martin Luther King was literally shot during the making of this movie. So it just kind of plays into that. And we'll that's more of like a spoiler thing that we'll get into, but like just the character of Ben. Yeah. The fact that he is a black man in the 60s and he's surrounded by all of these like annoying white people who are like afraid of him and like don't trust him, and he has to kind of like navigate.
He has to, and he's the one leading everyone.
Yeah, and he's the only one who has like
any common sense.
Yeah, he is the only one who is resourceful, and everyone else it just fucks up. And that's it. So that really plays into this. And that's, to me, honestly, what I like the most about the film and what I find has the most impact when I watch it, because I just think it works. And it's so funny that that wasn't even the intention. Like Romero said, he hadn't even heard about MLK being shot until a little after it happened, because they were so wrapped up in this movie. And he was just like, no, that wasn't my intention. And again, Dwayne Jones was just cast based on his acting abilities. Yeah. It wasn't, really a part of the script for him to be black, but it just works so well. And we'll get into that.
To be honest, I think this movie would not stand out as well
without it, right?
Without him. I mean, they would have gotten something really, really good, but like he's just so like, I think he's also just kind of like, because some of them are amateur actors.
They're producers
or not even actors at all, and it just shows, and I think it just helps it just maybe that just makes him shine more.
Well, he's just so good.
But I think he's also just really fucking good.
He's just a phenomenal actor. He didn't really go on to do much just because, unfortunately, I think that like people just associated him with this character, and he was not able. And then the timing of it sucks because it was in the 60s. And to be a black actor, I can't imagine how difficult that would have to be to navigate Hollywood during that time. But he just kind of got pigeonholed and didn't do too much work after that. And I think that's a shame because he is amazing in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
And so handsome. Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely.
Such a movie star. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead's legacy is massive within the horror genre. Notable for its groundbreaking on-screen gore and violence. Which, I mean, really, if you look at the timeline of things in the movies we've covered, this is the most violent, the earliest and most gory movie that we see.
Yeah.
And its introduction, of course, of the concept of zombies, which continues to be a popular subgenre to this day.
And we've never done zombie, right?
No, this is our first zombie. Cool, because I don't really like zombies.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
But they
all try to do this.
They all tried to do this, and this is the one I really like. This is the one I love. So nothing else is really compares to this, in my opinion. And you know me, I don't really like action as much as I like straight horror and suspense. And most zombie movies at this point just kind of veer into action for me.
Oh, absolutely.
But its cult classic status and final registry of its copyright much later on solidified the film as one of the biggest return on investment selling films of all time.
Hell yeah.
So that's just a little backstory on Night of the Living Dead. Nothing too in-depth. But I just wanted to, give this movie its flowers because rewatching it, because I'd seen it like maybe 2 years ago for the first time and really loved it then. And I was like, oh, this is definitely the best zombie movie I've ever seen. But rewatching it now and doing this research and learning more about it, it's like a wonder this movie even got made. It reminds me of like Halloween or some of those other movies we've covered that just had a weird ass production.
Yeah.
But it just like turned out this amazing, amazing film. And thank God that it was able to be made because I think that it had such a great impact.
Absolutely.
So. And just to, kind of move on from that and do our initial thoughts of the film, I think it's a great movie, just like critically. My opinion of it is that it's fabulous.
Yes.
And
I agree. I told you when I watched it, I was like, it's great. It holds up.
It really it holds up.
Right? I think everything about it's still really, really great. I
Yeah.
think it's well paced and the characters are great, and it's just even like the story still just works really, just can still always kind of be relevant.
Yeah.
Or is at least culturally relevant, I think still.
Definitely, yeah.
And so, if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's free on YouTube.
It's free on everything, right?
You can watch it literally anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah. All right, well, from this point on, we're going to be getting into spoilers for Night of the Living Dead. Are you ready to scream, girl?
Come on, girl.
Let's scream. Okay, so the movie begins and we meet Barbara and Johnny.
And I'm going to be real. They're siblings, right?
They are siblings.
Okay,
yes.
I was confused at first, and then I was like...
Yeah, you have to kind of like, look for context clues. Yeah. And they are bringing flowers to their father's grave in a creepy cemetery. And Johnny's a big troll, and he's fucking with Barbara. He doesn't care about the dead. He doesn't respect the dead. He doesn't really remember their father. So he's kind of like, why do we keep doing this? And Barbara's kind of goody two-shoes type. Like, she's like, no, our mom wants us to do this. And, oh, Johnny, da-da-da-da-da. And we see a man lingering in the background.
Okay, stumbles.
Yeah, but you kind of don't notice at first. It's a very subtle little stumble he does. So you think it's just like some random guy, right? And Johnny continues to tease Barbara because she's, kind of scared in this creepy cemetery. And he goes, they're coming to get you, Barbara, which is really iconic.
Yeah.
And Katya, the drag queen Katya, says this all the time. This is one of her quotes. You, Barbara. She's always saying that. Suddenly, the man attacks Barbara. He is coming to get her. I was like, oh, damn, he was right. Johnny interferes, and the man knocks his head against a tombstone. Deadzo.
He's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that killed him.
Barbara tries to escape in the car, but the guy breaks through the back window, so she uses the emergency brake, takes it off and rolls down the hill, but immediately gets stuck in a ditch. and her side of the car is pinned to a tree. This was a really tense moment.
This whole like chase sequence was great.
It's great.
This
right?
is amazing.
It's shot really well. Like the camera gives you like little bits and
Yes.
pieces, so you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And it's super suspenseful because she has to crawl out of the passenger side, and he's a zombie. If you haven't figured out already, he's a motherfucking zombie. Which I don't know why, but I always say zombie. Like, is that a Nicki Minaj lyric or something?
Zombie.
I don't know where it comes from. Or maybe it's something
It gives me, I don't know why, but I'm thinking Austin Powers. But like
I don't know. I don't know why I say it like that. But whenever we're playing like Dead by Daylight, I'm always like, it's a motherfucking zombie. I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know, but if I say zombie like that in the British accent this entire episode, please don't get mad at me. It's just my natural inclination to do. I don't know why.
We gotta figure out where the fuck that comes from.
I don't know. Let us know if you know where zombie comes from. I think it's Nicki Minaj. I don't know.
I'm a motherfucker. No.
That's monster, right? I'm a motherfucking monster. And that's not British. That's zombie.
What does she say zombie?
Or is it Shrek? Does Shrek say like...
I think you say donkey, but...
I know. It's kind of like donkey. Zombie. I don't know.
Is that where it comes from?
I don't think so.
Did you combine like a vocal?
I think I did.
Did you
I don't know.
create your own?
I'm quirky like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Anywho, the zombie is chasing after her. But he's walking slow like a zombie, right?
Yeah. He
So
stumbles.
It's the Michael Myers,
but he's like magically fast as
magically
fuck.
faster, yeah. She stumbles upon a farmhouse, which becomes the setting for the whole rest of the movie. I love this set. I mean, it's so funny that they just like rented out some random house that was going to be destroyed. But I think that it's kind of a creepy house. Maybe they dressed it up to be that way. I mean, yeah, they probably did. But the like infrastructure, the architecture of the house, whatever, the way it's
weird.
set up, it's kind of weird. Yeah, and it kind of like is off-putting. I love this house.
It's not well feng shuied, so it feels very like claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic, yeah. And then she gets jump scared because there's taxidermy in the living room, like a bunch of taxidermy. So that's always off-putting for sure. Because she finds the back door open, so she runs in and she locks it, and she arms herself with a knife. She tries to call the police, but the phone line...
Dead.
Typical.
Always is. Nobody has a working fucking phone line.
I swear. When she looks out the window, the man is now joined by two other zombies lingering outside and trying to find a way in. And upstairs, she is jump scared by a dead bitch's rotting face.
Yes, it's so gross. This
It's
effect.
terrifying. And I think that because this movie is shot in that cheap, grainy black and white,
It looks so
good. It
It
looks
looks
so
amazing.
real. Yeah, it looks like her face got blown off or something.
Oh, it's horrifying.
What the fuck happened? And she runs out the front door, scared by this. But then there are these headlights that drive up, and a truck is out front, and the driver appears, the very handsome Ben, played by Dwayne Jones. And immediately you're like, oh, thank God. Like,
Oh, he's got it handled.
this guy has it handled, right? He and Barbara take refuge in the house, but she is in complete shock, and she won't say anything. And Barbara, from this point on, useless.
Might as well have left her out there.
Right,
'Cause
exactly.
She ain't gonna. Don't ask Barbara for help. 'Cause
I remember the first time I watched this movie, I was like, oh, our main character, final girl Barbara. Girl, that could not be farther from the Well, final girl.
Spoiler.
But that doesn't mean much in this movie.
No, it's not like
No.
She ain't gonna be she ain't no Laurie Strode.
She ain't no fucking Laurie Strode. Yep. Yeah, she's kind of catatonic. and
She's literally useless. From
down
this
for the
one.
count.
It's
Yep.
What happens to her?
Ben goes back out and uses a hammer to bash the brains in of 2 of the 3 zombies. But the third one sneaks in while he's doing this and is about to get Barbara. She's like sitting there on the chair and it's like creeping up to her. This was really freaky. But he notices and he runs back in and takes out the zombie. But there's a new problem because there is now a whole crowd of zombies posting up outside.
Ooh, it's
heard
like
the
ants.
commotion.
You know, you kill one,
And
they
they all multiply, yep. The third zombie's eyes continue to move around. So Ben pulls him into the front lawn and burns its corpse, which scares off the rest of
They
them.
don't like fire.
So they
which
don't
is
like
also
fire.
it's still like, and
Common
it's crazy, like the
trope.
trope of you have to shoot him in the head or you have to burn the body.
Mm-hmm. And that's introduced right here in this movie.
And it's a trope that's still like, there's Resident Evil games that have that trope.
Mm-hmm.
You have to shoot them in the head or you have to burn their bodies.
Ben is very resourceful, and he begins boarding up the windows while Barbara continues to be useless in her traumatized state.
Well done.
And Ben is really frustrated with her, but he decides to be patient, ultimately. And you're rooting for him because, like, I would be fucking so fuming with this bitch. Even considering, like, yeah, we just saw what happened. She just watched her brother die. But, like, girl, do something. Like...
Girl, we ain't got the time to mourn. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can you not be traumatized right now? like seriously. Girl. But he's really chill about it. And he like works with her. And I think he's a great character. He's so likable. As the evening goes on, Ben tells her about his first encounter with a group of zombies earlier that day at a diner. And he was left the sole survivor in his truck. And this monologue is just so well acted. I think this is what got him the part, is this scene right here. But when he's like, I saw 30 or 40 of those things. And like, just like the hopelessness.
No, he's like, I just drove through them.
And they just, stared at me. It was so good. I loved this bit of acting here. He's really just great. Barbara finally speaks, and she recounts her experience in the cemetery with Johnny. But then she starts like freaking out and going like, like ballistic, reliving her trauma, basically.
No, don't talk about it. Maybe let's not talk about it.
Yeah, and so he has to like calm her down because she's all like, well, we've got to go get Johnny. And it's like, girl.
Oh, honey, baby, there is no Johnny.
There is no Johnny, right? And so Ben gets like, oh, hell no, bitch. Like, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. And she starts freaking out, and then she slaps him. And then he pops her right in the fucking face and knocks her lights out. And I'm sorry, but that's really funny. It's kind of funny, okay? And apparently this was a huge point of contention when they shot this, because Dwayne Jones was like, it's going to look probably really bad that a black man is, like, punching this white lady. People aren't going to like the character, da-da-da-da. But Romero was like, no, it'll be fine. Like, but apparently this was something that pissed people off, like white people watching this movie. So Romero was like, I regret that because it kind of played into the stereotype of like aggressive black people. It's all these kind of like things, like these microaggressions that we're dealing with in this movie. But it's what makes it really interesting, right?
Absolutely.
Really interesting to watch.
I mean, listen. I think it was in everyone's best interest.
Right? Like, I think it's fine.
She's the type of bitch who, I think if she was awake, when they start, like, nailing everything shut, she would have ripped those off.
I know. Like,
so maybe it was best that she was knocked out for a bit.
I think Barbara deserved to get punched. Okay, let's face it.
Hashtag Barbara got punched.
Deserved her punch, right?
Barbara deserved it.
So he turns on the radio and we hear a broadcast describing the zombie attacks. Meanwhile, Ben notices more of them turn up on the front lawn. So he, very smartly, lights the chair on fire and pushes it out on the front lawn to like scare them away again. And at this point, the camera does linger on a hidden door that's kind of like hiding behind the kitchen door and kind of zooming in on it. So you're meant to be like, oh God, what's in the basement? Ben finds a pair of shoes for Barbara, which I thought this was nice. Okay, he didn't have to do this, but because she lost her shoes earlier in the chase and has been walking around barefoot. So he gets those for her, and then he also finds a shotgun in the closet. Meanwhile, Barbara listens on the radio, and we learn that the zombies are eating their victims' flesh.
Baby, there is no Johnny.
No, and like it kind of zooms in and she's kind of like her eyes wide like, oh shit, bitch. And suddenly the basement door opens and there's a jump scare as people come out. There have been people down there the entire time, which is always like a what the fuck moment when I watch this. And we meet Harry, who is an asshole. Hate this guy.
Yeah.
It's like an older white man, balding, just asshole, nasty attitude, okay? Then we meet Tom, who is like this kind of twunky guy with like a bang.
He's cute.
He's very cute, yeah. Ben is frustrated with them for not making themselves known and helping out. Because he's like, y'all were down there the whole time? Like, you didn't hear us upstairs? Like,
Well, we didn't know what it was.
okay, like, what the fuck? And we learn that Harry has a wife and a child downstairs who is hurt. And Harry insists that they should stay in the basement. But that's obviously a bad idea, right? Because there's no exit. Like, you're just asking for them to, like, come in and, like, attack you, right? So it becomes this whole argument, and there's, like, a bunch of tension. And basically, Harry just has this big ego and wants to be right about everything. And it's like, now's not really the time to just, like, be right about everything.
Like, put your ego aside.
Yeah.
I also got, like, very much, I think his vibes were like, he clearly does not like black men.
Exactly, yeah. Well, that's another thing we didn't talk about either, is that I think part of Barbara's shock is that she clearly doesn't have experience with black people. And so she's like, it very plays much into the, like, helpless white woman trope.
Absolutely.
So these are interesting things that are at play here that the script doesn't necessarily say, but watching the movie, it's very apparent. It makes it so interesting, I think. So then, this is a big jump scare. 2 zombies stick their hands in through the broken window and start grabbing at Ben.
I do like that trope of, like, zombies being able to reach, getting through the,
the windows and
windows.
clawing at you. And Tom takes a knife and is slicing their fingers off. And then Ben shoots at them, but the zombies continues to pursue and, like, look for other ways in. We see there are more and more turning up, and there's a naked lady zombie walking around with her booty cheeks hanging out.
She didn't give a shit.
It was like your neighbor I saw earlier with his booty cheeks hanging out.
Oh my god, yes.
I thought, okay, he did not give a fuck. And then we also see a zombie lady. This is the one that the actress who plays Helen also plays, and she eats a bug. Okay, I was like, okay. That's like on Survivor when they start eating bugs.
Yeah,
because there's like they need protein.
I'm eating worms for protein.
Right.
Just swallow them.
I was like, okay, gross.
At least rinse it off. That'd be me. I'm like, at least rinse it off. Don't just pull it out of the dirt.
I don't think I could eat like bugs or like worms or anything. I mean, you say that and then like
you're desperate.
You're desperate. Yeah, I guess. Anywho, so yeah, Harry decides to lock himself downstairs with his family. And we also meet Tom's girlfriend, Judy, who comes upstairs to be with Tom. Her vibe, chill.
She was like, she saw Barbara and was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be like her.
Right? Yeah. Sure.
Barbara, if she's Barbara, if Barbara gave a shit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But downstairs we meet Harry's wife, who is over his shit. This was so funny because you meet this like big boistering man who like thinks...
then he is whipped.
Yes, you meet his wife and she's like, do you really have to be right all the time, honey? Like, can you just like put aside your ego? Like, she's saying exactly what we're thinking.
Yes.
And I also think that her actress, for being like a producer lady, is an amazing actress.
Oh, she does great.
I loved Helen. I thought she was one of my favorite characters for sure.
Oh, yes. Because she's the one of like all the women who has the most sense.
Exactly.
She's kind of like Ben, where she's just the one who's like, yeah, she's making the absolute most sense. For
Exactly,
the most part,
yeah.
She does some stupid stuff.
But yeah, I really appreciate her character. And
she gets mad at her husband because she learns there's a radio upstairs.
she's like, what the fuck? We need to go upstairs, you idiot.
He's like, why are we not listening?
But then Tom yells down and says that they found a TV upstairs. So they decide to go upstairs and check out the TV. They're like, okay, well, should probably see what's going on. We watch a news broadcast that gives us the lore about the dead coming back to life and like setting everything up. The country is going into an emergency mode, and there are rescue stations placed where survivors should go and take refuge.
And the President of the United States, Mr. President, because they never tell you you're the president. Mm-hmm. It's just the President of the United States.
The president, yeah. He's like planning things, I guess.
The president is planning a meeting. Wait, so he's not in a meeting? He's
right, planning a
meeting?
Right. Apparently, they are theorizing, like scientists are saying that space radiation from an exploded probe that was sent to Venus is maybe the reason behind the reanimation of the zombies.
But there's also no proof that it's that.
Yeah,
like,
so it's
but it also could not be that. So.
It's just, and apparently this was left over from an early version of the script, which was going to have aliens in it. I'm glad they didn't go there.
Yeah.
I think they made the right decision, right? Tom knows where the Willard Rescue Center is a few miles away because he's from this place. He's from town. So they devise a plan to make Molotov cocktails, I thought was so smart. And they are going to use those as a distraction, like throw them at the zombies while they attempt to get gas for the truck from a gas pump, which is out in the barn area. And then they're just going to escape in the truck and try to get to this Willard place. And we get this moment from Tom and Judy where they discuss whether or not they're making the right decision. And they have like a tender moment, which kind of just gives you a little bit more of them because we don't get much of Tom and Judy. They're just kind of like a young couple. But they're sweet.
They're cute.
You want to root for them. You're like, oh, I hope that Miss Judy gets out alive because she's chill.
Yeah.
I like her vibe.
I love a chill girl.
I like her vibe a lot. They carry out the plan, which goes well. And they're throwing the cocktails. They get in the truck. But then Miss Judy decides last minute to run out. And no, I'm going to go with them. So that kind of causes everything to kind of slow down, and they have to fight off the zombies a little more while she gets in the car. And then they do manage to make it to the gas pump, but Tom accidentally spills gas kind of all over the truck, and it causes a big fire. And so the truck's on fire and the gas pump is on fire, and Tom and Judy start driving off in the car to get away from the pump, but then they don't realize that how badly on fire their car is. And Ben's yelling at them, you guys need to get out of the truck, get out of the truck. And Judy, at the last second, is like, my jacket is stuck. And then, boom, they blow up.
Which is hilarious. Now, I'm going to be honest. I had to rewind this 3 times. Because it sounds like she says, my dick is caught.
No! That is not what it sounds like. Are you serious?
I was watching it, I was like, what'd she say?
My dick is caught.
My dick is caught. Because I didn't hear the jacket, so you were just saying...
Judy might be trans. We don't know.
Which, she's a chill girl. I like her. You know what? So that is in my head. Listen, a woman without a penis is like an angel without wings. So...
My dick is caught. Boom, they blow up, bitch. That's so funny.
That's why it's so funny. Even funnier. I was like, did she just confess at the last minute?
She's trans.
And then blow up.
My God. That is so funny.
She just came out.
I'll have to watch it back now, that scene.
I don't know why, but to me it sounded like she's like,
my dick is caught. No, girl, it was her jacket.
I mean, yes, I figured that out. I was like, oh, she's saying jacket.
Jacket. But yeah, I think this death is really good because it's so fast. It's you made,
they're dead.
You made one little mistake and your dick gets caught, dead. Blown up, bitch.
And then the zombies start coming and eating them, which I'm like, barbecue.
That's literally barbecue, right? Yeah, they were enjoying that meal.
And they're like,
And Ben is
some of them came back for seconds, like, I don't care, I want more.
Right, yeah.
Oh, you didn't get any? Too bad.
I could eat. Ben is now stuck out in the open with all of the zombies cornering him, so he uses his torch and his gun to fend them off. This is badass of him, and he's able to do this. And he's able to get back to the house, but then Harry's ass refuses to let him in. And so Ben just kicks his way, kicks down the door, and then is able to get in, and they board up the door or whatever. And then I love this because he turns around and just beats the shit out of Harry. Punches him and kicks him multiple times. And Harry's shook. That guy just really beat my ass like that. And it's yeah.
Yes.
Talk shit, get hit.
You motherfucker.
Are you kidding me? You weren't gonna let me in. And he's I should throw you out there and let those motherfuckers eat you. And it's yeah, you should. Fuck Harry. He's the worst. We see the zombies get a hold of Judy and Tom's bodies and have themselves a feast, which you talked about earlier. This is when we see that. They're eating their barbecue. But this scene is really spooky because this is the introduction of that droning sort of score. Because up until this point, it's a very stereotypical 50s B movie horror score. Kind of it's a little schlocky. But now it's these droning effects in the music that make it feel really modern
and more serious.
And it's like, oh, damn, this is like...
They're not fucking around.
No, they are not fucking around. Yeah, and I love the score in this movie. It's like, no, this is serious. Like
no, like, people are gonna die, which is horrible, but...
Inevitable?
Right. George A. Romero pitching this. He's like...
He was Vanessa Hudgens pitching this movie. So, as they decide on a new plan, we learn that young Karen, who's been sick downstairs, their daughter, she was actually bitten on the arm by a zombie earlier.
And so this is where we learn you get infected by these motherfuckers.
We watch another broadcast where we learn that zombies can be killed if they're shot in the head or like the brain. And I like this. This police chief that they're interviewing is so nonchalant, like so blasé about what's going on. And the interviewer is like, well, do they walk slow? And he goes, well, yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up. Well, damn, I know. It's like, and we learn that there are these troops of people like banding together to try and take down the zombies, which like never goes well. Like, people are not letting like the National Guard, the police handle things. They've like taken it upon themselves to volunteer and try and kill zombies. And there's this, we always see this kind of like mob mentality in movies where it's like, oh no, something messy is going to happen.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Someone's going to do something wrong.
It's going to get messy. Yeah. Suddenly the power goes out. We see the zombies finally decide to break their way into the house all at once. And so everyone's like freaking out, trying to hold the boards in place and hold the door down. And in this moment, Ben drops his gun. And so Harry decides to get it, to take control of the situation, because he has to be, you know, the macho man. And he uses it to try and threaten Ben. But Ben gets it back and shoots Harry, just turns around and is like, no, I'm done with you. And he kills Harry. Harry falls into the basement and dies. I love this. I was like, you know what?
Fuck you, Harry.
Yeah, right? Like,
Ben was like, strike two, you're out.
No, literally. And
I was like, no, it was like a foul ball tip and I caught it. You're out.
You're out. And I like this. This is why I like Ben so much, is he doesn't play into that frustrating trope of like, well, you know, I'm still the good guy, so I'll just deal with, you know, the people who keep fucking me over.
You've tried too many times.
No.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, bitch, I'm shooting you.
I'm shooting you, right?
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
So, rip Harry, hated him. But then we see that Karen has become a fucking zombie. Fully. And so she...
Zombie.
Right, zombie. So she starts feasting on her father's heart. Love.
She's like, I'm hungry.
Hungry.
She woke up and was like, what's for breakfast?
Right. And then she attacks her mother in a horrific scene where she, I don't know, is it like a weed whacker? What the fuck is she using?
It's a little like gardening shovel.
Gardening shovel? Okay. She is stabbing her mother with the gardening shovel, and the score again is doing that droning thing. And then her mother is like screaming, but it's like they put an echo on it. So it's so creepy the way that they do the music in this scene as this little girl kills her mom. It's not fun.
R.I.P. Mommy.
It's pretty scary and pretty dark, but it's very effective. And then Barbara, okay, so she's trying to hold the boards together. She notices that one of the zombies is Johnny, and so she's freaked the fuck out. And in her like shock of seeing Johnny, he's able to snatch her up.
And she gets pulled away, and they just start eating her right away.
And she gets devoured by the zombies. R.I.P. Miss Barbara. So that's what we were saying earlier. Like, yeah, she's the final girl, but she's not the final girl. You know what I mean? Okay.
Like, she's gone.
Ben is the final girl.
It's just like all hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose.
It's crazy.
And just in those like few minutes of screen time, everyone dies except for Ben. He is the sole survivor.
And doesn't he go down to the basement?
Well, he's attacked by little girl zombie Karen. And so he fends her off and he makes his way, to the basement, and he boards it all up, like really secure. And the zombies try their best to make their way down, but aren't able to because he just has it so secure. But Harry and his wife's corpses come back to life. Like they get infected, like their infection spreads like a wildfire and they immediately turn into zombies. So he has to shoot them both in the head in like a final like tense moment. So he waits until morning. The zombies have scattered and we see the National Guard arrive with the police and the hordes of people with guns trying to kill the zombies. And they are investigating the farm and the house. And this is, I think, the bleakest ending to a horror movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In this just tragic moment, Ben peeks his head out the window.
And they think he's a zombie and they shoot him.
They shoot him right in the head and he dies. And the final moments is this like slideshow collection of still photos of them picking up his body and throwing it in the burning like pyre with all the rest of the zombies. And he's burned and just, yeah. The end.
It's so sad.
The end. Yeah. It's like, this movie is like very dark, bleak, but moving and effective.
Yeah, and it's like, I think that ending's very powerful.
Yes, it's so good. Like, obviously you're like, oh my God, that's so devastating. You feel so sorry for Ben. But then it also sits with you and you're like, that was a good fucking ending. Like, this movie was not afraid to kill off the main character like that.
Yeah.
And it's so
But
powerful.
it also shows that, like, it's just, like, really kind of, like, it can even be looked in, like, the theming of, like, the racial tension.
Oh, absolutely.
Of just, like, a black man who did literally nothing wrong.
He did everything he could
to survive.
Yeah.
And was ultimately still just killed by the
and
police.
He was
at
killed
the end.
by the police.
At the end.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good fucking movie. It's very effective.
Absolutely.
And it's just like an ending that like sits with you. You think about it and you're like, damn, like very well done. I understand why it has had the cult following that it has.
I understand why all the tropes are so popular.
All the tropes, right? Yeah, great movie. Go see it if you've never seen this movie. Hopefully our review like convinced you if you weren't maybe interested before.
Okay, well, we hope you all had a really good time with us this time on Let's Scream.
With the zombies.
Going to the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm. Please remember to follow the pod, like the pod, and leave a glowing review of the pod. We are at Let's Scream Pod on all socials. And you can send us movie requests for future episodes. We're doing The Exorcist next week because it was requested to us by Big Gay Billy.
So, shout out to Big Gay Billy.
We love you, Diva. And you can follow me at Parker_Will_C.
And you can follow me at Stevie Nash 95 on Instagram.
And until next time, this has been
Let's Scream. Bye.